Hello everyone, welcome to the Psychanimate YouTube channel. My name is Alex and I welcome you back to this channel. If you like my content, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Please ring the bell button so that my videos get notified whenever I upload it. And without further ado, let's get the video started. So today there's another 86 video. And the first four about Shane, Lena, Vika, and Annette were pretty heavy, so I will slow a bit to talk about one of my personal favorite characters. I'm talking about Raiden. He's not as central, he's a major supporting character of the series and one of the Spearhead 5. He is, like I said, one of my personal favorites because he is very grounded. The first four that I mentioned have either fantastical elements or have very traumatic backstories that shape who they are and a lot of coping mechanisms. But Raiden is a bit different in the sense that he has trauma. He is a child soldier. He wants to enter the battlefield because of a stupid sense of pride, the pride of the 86. But he's also very grounded and he's direct. He won't sugarcoat anything if he has something that troubles him about someone. And if he feels that there's something troubling another person, he will go directly to that person and confront them. Like when he confronted Lena, he directly calls her out on that princess-like attitude and the complex that she is putting on. And this is also something that happens later on in episode 20, in which he actually confronts Shin. He actually realizes very early on, after they leave the confines of the Republic's territory into the unknown, he notes that Shin is changing for the worst, that he starts feeling like he has nothing left to lose. I talked a bit about this in Shin's video, but Shin starts spiraling out of control more and more and more until the moment that they are sent out to destroy the Morpho in what's actually a suicide mission. And Raiden notes this. He notes that his best buddy is spiraling and it's not good. It's not a good mentality. Even though they agree to together until they reach their final destination, he doesn't want Shin to actually die this way. He doesn't want Shin to spiral on and basically get himself killed. He knows it's not healthy, and I just love that confrontation. He knew that Shin was not right and tries to make Shin open up, and when Shin doesn't do that, he actually pushes and pushes more. It's not the best solution, but it's actually how Raiden confronts emotionally. He is a very emotional character, which is rare for an 86. It's rare for someone who has been in these kind of situations. He's emotionally intelligent, he's very direct. And this is because of what he went through. He is, of course, an orphan, but he is the only 86 that remembers parts of his childhood and, more importantly, his birthday. because he, unlike the other 86, he wasn't thrown into the concentration camps as soon as the war started. He was rescued by an elderly Alba woman who took him and other 86ers and locked them up in like an abandoned school building. And through 5 years of this war, they were taken care of by this woman and being taught how to read and write and do all this school stuff, until another Alba ratted them out, and they were sent directly into the battlefield where Raiden lost all of his friends. Raiden, after growing through the battlefield from 12 all the way to 16, he was 16 when the series started. For 3 years, he has been together with Shin. He was the only 86, the only friend that Shin has that never actually died, aside from Kaido. He was the only companion that Shin has, and throughout the years together they grew very close. At the beginning, of course, they will butt heads a lot because Raiden's energy clashed a lot with Shin's aloof and unapproachable nature because of the trauma, of course. And Raiden actually points it out that Shin's attitude when they were going to confront the Morpho was very similar to Shin's attitude back when they met, that he was very aloof, pushing everyone away, not caring about anything. That's one thing I love about Raiden. He is a very caring person. He's empathetic, even though he carries a bit of apathy towards the other people that are his friends. Like when he called out Lena, he was actually very rude. But overall, if he actually grows to care about you, he will treat you like a little brother, little sister. And this is where I bring out the fact that he is called the mother of the group, or he's literally called mom at one point in the light novel, and apparently this is a running gag. He's called this for obvious reasons. Throughout the series, he's more so the emotional support of the group. Like I said, he's very caring nature about the people that he cares about. Is very strong, and he takes on, like, aside from Andrew, who is the most feminine, Raiden is like a mother that protects all of them under his wing, and he does a lot of traditional feminine. He's described as very traditional feminine because he will take care of a lot of chores, like cooking, cleaning, and sewing, as well as, like I said, very emotionally supportive, to the point that the other 86ers will come to him for emotional support or help. He's very trustworthy, hence why he is also the second in command of the group, aside from being very strong, because the whole how the ranking system in the 86 world actually works. He's very strong, but he's also the glue that keeps everyone together. And this is seen, of course, spoiler alert for the light novels, but in volume 7, the scene where Shin calls Raiden mom, They are actually talking about how she wants to confess his feelings for Lena, and Raiden actually gets very proud, like a proud mother, that his child was growing and seeing towards the future. Shin gets very sentimental and goes like, "Yes, mom." It's very cute, and yeah, that's why he's one of my favorite characters. I just love Raiden so much. And I guess this is also why he doesn't have like a very meaningful arc of his own, like the other ones, like Shin growing past his trauma, Anju learning to grieve and see towards the future. I will talk about more about Anju and also Gurena, about letting go of the feelings and grieving what she once was. And Theo also moving past after receiving a very serious injury. Raiden is different from them in the sense that he is a very realized character. The only thing, of course, that like his development is very subtle in the sense that he doesn't have this grandiose arc where he learns that he has to move on, but in the sense that he understands that this pride, he realizes late, of course, that this pride is preventing everyone from moving forward and finding happiness outside of the war. He loves fighting, of course, but like everyone, he starts finding little joys or trying to be the most emotional support. I don't know if Asaro wants to give Raiden an arc, but so far he's like one of the most grounded and one of the most like subtle characters in the series. Talking about his development, his relationship with Shin is of course one of my favorites because aside from being the group's mom, he acts like Shin's best man and his best emotional support. The only thing that kept Shin from crumbling all of these years until Lena came along. And I just love him for that. I really love Raiden. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If, like I said in the beginning, if you like, comment, like and subscribe to my channel for more content in the future. So yeah, I will see you later. Bye bye.